to another one of my sessions. In this session, we will be solving some simultaneous equations using the method of substitution. So let's look at my first one. I have x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 3x take away y is equal to 1. My first step, I label my equations. This here is equation 1. My second step, equation 2. Next, I choose an equation and make the variable either x or y the subject of my equation. So I'm going to choose my first equation. So I'm going to put using equation 1, I get x plus 2y is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 take away 2y. My third step, I substitute my expression into my other equation. So I used equation 1, so I'm going to be substituting x is equal to 5 take away 2y into equation 2. So I get 3x take away y equals 1. That's my equation 2 there. And after substitution, I'm going to get 3 multiplied by 2y take away y is equal to 1. Now, I expand and simplify. So I'm going to get 15 take away 6y take away y is equal to 1. That's 15 take away 7y is equal to 1. Negative 7y is equal to 1 take away 15. That's going to give negative 14. And y is therefore 2. So I have solved for y. Now I need to solve for x. So I'm going to write here substituting y is equal to 2 into any one of my equations. So I'm going to use equation 1. So I get x plus 2y is equal to 5. X plus 2 multiplied by 2, remember y is 2, is equal to 5. So I get x plus 4 is equal to 5. X is therefore 5 take away 4, which is 1. There you have it, your answers for your two variables for the first question. Let's now look at number 2. So my first step, I label my equations, equation 1, equation 2. My second step, I'm choosing an equation and making either x or y the subject. So I'm going to use equation 1. So I have 4x take away 5y is equal to 9. I'm going to decide that I want x to be the subject. So I'm going to move across everything. So that's going to be 9 plus 5y. I'm going to get x is equal to 9 plus 5y divided by 4. My next step, I'm going to substitute that expression there. 9 plus 5y divided by 4 into my next equation, and that is going to be equation 2. So I'm going to write back equation 2, that is 3x plus 7y is equal to negative 4. 3 multiplied by 9 plus 5y divided by 4 plus 7y is going to be negative 4. Now I just multiply. I'm going to get 3 multiplied by 9, that is 27, plus 5 3s are 15y. Let me just box off this so we don't get confused. Over 4 plus 7y is equal to negative 4. So now you have an algebraic fraction to add to a term. So what you have to do is find the LCM. Remember, this is considered to be over 1. 4 into 4, 1. 1 multiplied by my numerator gives the same numerator there. Plus 1 into 4 is 4. Multiplied by 7 gives me 28y, and that is going to be equal to negative 4. So now I can add those two terms with y in it. So I'm going to get 27 plus 43y over 4 is going to give me negative 4. Now I want to solve for y. So I'm going to carry everything across. So that's 27 plus 43y is equal. That 4 is going to go across to the other side, and it's going to become negative 16. Then I have 43y is going to be negative 16. Take away 27, negative 43. So I have y being equal to negative 1. Now remember, it's a simultaneous equation. I have only solved for y, so what I'm going to do is substitute that value for y, which is negative 1, into any one of the equations. I'm going to use equation 1. So if I go back up, my equation 1 is 4x take away 5y equals 9. So 4x take away 5y is equal to 9. Now I know my value of y. So I'm going to get 4x take away 5 multiplied by negative 1 is equal to 9. 4x plus 5 is equal to 9. So I'm going to get 4x is equal to 9. Take away 5, that is going to give me 4. X is 1. So for that second question, your solutions are x equals 1 and y equals negative 1. So now we move on to number 3. I label my equation 1, equation 2. So my first step is to make one variable the subject in one of my equations. So I'm going to use equation 1, and I have 2a plus 3b is equal to negative 7. I'm going to decide that I want a to be the subject, so I get 2a is equal to negative 7 take away 3b. So a is going to be negative 7 take away 3b divided by 2. Now, my next step, substitute a is equal to negative 7 take away 3b over 2 into my next equation, which is equation 2. So my equation 2 is 3a plus 2b is equal to negative 8. I'm going to substitute that expression there now, which is negative 7 take away 3b divided by 2, and put back that plus 2b is equal to negative 8. Now I simplify that expression there. So I get 3 multiplied by negative 7, that's negative 21, take away 3 3s are 9, 9b over 2. Plus 2b is equal to negative 8. I have an algebraic fraction along with another term there, so what I have to do is find the LCM. My LCM there is 2. I can put this over 1. 2 into 2, 1. 1 multiplied by that numerator gives that same numerator. I put back 1. Into 2 is 2. 2 multiplied by 2b is 4b, and that is going to give me negative 8. Now, I can add those two terms with b in it. So I get negative 21. Negative 9 plus 4b is going to give me positive 5b divided by 2 is going to give me negative 8. Now I have an equation with one variable that I'm going to solve for. So I'm going to take everything else and carry it across on the right hand side. So I'm going to get negative 21 plus 5b is going to be equal to negative 8 multiplied by 2, negative 16. I'm going to carry that negative 21 across now, so I'm going to get 5b is equal to negative 16 plus 21, and that is going to give me 5, so b is equal to 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So now that I have solved for b, I'm going to substitute b, which is equal to 1, into any one of my equations, and I'm going to choose equation 1. Let's have a look at equation 1. Equation 1 was 2a plus 3b. 2a plus 3b is equal to negative 7. So I can substitute that value of b being 1. So 2a plus 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to negative 7. So I get 2a plus 3 is equal to negative 7. 2a is equal to negative 7. Take away 3 is negative 10. A is equal to negative 10 divided by 2, negative 5. So there you have it, your values of a and b. A being negative 5 and b being 1. So my equation for number 4 reads negative p plus 2q equals 2 and 3p plus 5q equals 5. My first step, label my equations. Equation 1, equation 2. My next step, I choose an equation. So I'm going to choose equation 1 using equation 1. I write back my equation, that's negative p plus 2q equals 2. And I make either p or q the subject of my equation. So I'm going to decide that I want p being the subject of my equation. So that's negative p is equal to 2. Take away 2q. Remember, it's p I want, not negative p. So p is going to be equal to 2. Take away 2q divided by negative 1. Remember, negative p is the same as negative 1p, and that negative 1 is being multiplied by that p. So when I carry that negative 1 across on the other side, I'm going to get divide by negative 1. So when I'm dividing by a negative 1, my signs for my terms simply change. So that 2 there was positive, it now becomes negative, so that's negative 2. And 2q was negative, it became positive. Next step is to substitute that expression now, which is negative 2 plus 2q, into your other equation. So into equation 2. So now I write my equation 2, which was 3p plus 5q is equal to 5. 3 multiplied by negative 2 plus 2q plus 5q equals to 5. That 3 is being multiplied there, so it becomes negative 6 plus 6q plus 5q is equal to 5. I can add those two terms in q, and I'm going to get negative 6 plus 11q is equal to 5. 11q is 5 plus 6, which is 11. My value of q there is 11 divided by 11, which is 1. So I have solved for one of the variables. I'm going to solve for the other variable now. And to do so, I simply substitute that answer I got, q being equal to 1, into any one of my equations. So I'm going to use equation 1. I write back that equation 1, negative p plus 2q equals to 2. Q is equal to 1, so I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2. Negative p plus 2 is equal to 2. Negative p is equal to 2. Take away 2, which is 0. P is equal to 0. 0 divided by negative 1 is 0. So there you have it for that question. P is equal to 0 and Q equal to 1. So number 5, I have m plus 2n equals to 3. 5m take away 4n equals 8. My first step, I label my equations, equation 1, equation 2. My second step, I take one of my equations and I make either m or n the subject of my equation. So I'm going to use equation 1. So I get m plus 2n equals to 3. And I'm going to make m the subject of my equation here. So m is equal to 3, take away 2n. So I'm going to get, substitute m, which is 3, take away 2n into equation 2. So I'm going to write back equation 2, which is 5m take away 4n equals 8. 5, I'm going to replace that m with that expression I got, 3 take away 2n, take away 4n equals 8. Then I simply multiply it out and I simplify. So 5 3s are 15, take away 5 2s are 10, n take away 4n is equal to 8. 15, I can simplify that 2 terms there, so it's going to become negative 14n is equal to 8. I'm going to solve for n by carrying across everything else. So that's 8, take away 15, that's 7. So I get n is equal to 7 divided by negative 14, that's negative 2. So I've solved for n, now I need to solve for m. So I'm going to draw that line there, separate that out. So I'm going to substitute that value of n, which is negative 2, into any one of my equations. So I'm going to substitute it into equation 1. So I'm going to get m plus 2n equals 3. That's equation 1. So I'm going to substitute that value, negative 2 now. 2 multiplied by negative 2 equals to 3. That's m. Take away 4 equals 3. M is going to be 3 plus 4, which is 7. So there you have it, your values of n and m. N is negative 2 and m is 7. So my final question, number 6. 3a plus 4b equals negative 1. And 5a take away 6b equals negative 8. My first step, I label my equations, equation 1, equation 2. Then I choose an equation. I make either a or b the subject of my equation. So I'm going to use equation 1. So I write back that equation. And I'm going to decide to make a the subject of my equation. So I'm going to get 3a is equal to negative 1 take away 4b. And a is going to be negative 1 take away 4b divided by 3. So now I'm going to substitute that expression for a, which is negative 1 take away 4b divided by 3 into equation 2. So my equation 2 is 5a take away 6b is equal to negative 8. 5, remember a is negative 1 take away 4b divided by 3 take away 6b is equal to negative 8. Now I simply expand that out. I'm going to get negative 5 take away 20b divided by 3 take away 6b is negative 8. I have an algebraic fraction and a term there, so I need to find the LCM. Remember, this term is considered to be over 1. My LCM there is 3. 3 into 3 is 1. 1 multiplied by that numerator is going to give me that same thing. 1 into 3 is 3. 3 multiplied by negative 6 is going to give me negative 18b, and that is going to be negative 8. So now I can simplify. Negative 20 take away that negative 18 there. So I'm going to get negative 5 take away 20, negative 20 take away 18 is going to give me negative 38b divided by 3, and that is going to give me negative 8. I'm going to solve for b, so I carry everything on the other side. I get negative 5 take away 38b is going to be negative 8 multiplied by 3. It's negative 24. Negative 38b is equal to negative 24 plus 5 is negative 19. So b is equal to negative 19 divided by negative 38, and that is going to be a half. So we have b being a half. Remember, it's a simultaneous equation. We have two variables that we need to solve for. So I'm going to be substituting b, which is a half, into equation 2. And my equation 2 was 5a take away 6b is negative 8. So I have 5a take away 6 by a half is going to give me negative 8. I have 5a take away a half of 6 is 3 is equal to negative 8. 5a is equal to negative 8 plus 3, which is negative 5. A is equal to negative 1. So there you have it, your values of a and b. A being negative 1 and b being a half. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of my videos.